Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, April 19th, and this is Draftbit Office Hours. I'm Dave, and I'm by myself today. No Rahul, just me. So, hey Karl, good to see you. Looks like Arturo and Lionel might be joining us. What's going on, Karl? You got something cooking, or you just here to chill? Yeah, Karl says he doesn't know, but he could probably come up with something cool. Well, happy to chat it out or bring you up if you want to talk or got something you want to look over. Otherwise, I will demo something that we just released and I guess look at the community, see if there's anything going on there. Any update on the navigation style updating bug? Um, Not that I'm aware of, but let me check. So that's going to be navigation. Trying to remember what I called that. Oh, I think it was header or something. Hmm. Oh, actually, no, that was an old one. Okay, so Karl, just to update you, I had thought that we did not have a bug report for that, or I know that I didn't make one after we talked about it, but then Rahul replied or told me anyway that we did have an old one, but it was like marked as not done, but like it was still in triage or something. So I'm gonna have to look into it. I'll check it out and find out, and I'll hit you back up. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So, okay, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But I'll push it up. I'll find it today and I'll push it up. I'll change the status and hopefully get it figured out. That was just to refresh my mind. That's with updating the like typography for the header, right? Like the line spacing. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's probably not affecting a bunch of people. You're right, but I mean, it should work. So we don't have a bunch of like critical bugs right now. I don't think so. Probably would be easy to get it up. He Karl says, oddly enough, I was able to update a couple screens, but not all of them. Hmm. Well, in that case, Karl, it might be that there's something weird going on. I know you've got like some other, it looked like in the community, some styling issues with your custom components. So maybe there's something weird going on there with your styling, like overall in your app. I don't know, maybe because it's older or um, I don't know, but I would expect that if it was, you know, an, a bug, that it would be the same in all. I mean, I guess it could still be a bug, but I would expect it to be the same behavior on all of them. So that makes me think that there's at least some other factor going on, right, on these screens. So maybe if you could look at the screens and try to identify if there's something different. He says one of the pages I can't update has no custom code or special functions. Okay. What about, are you using, well, I'm wondering, we discovered a while back that some of the apps that were created when we had themes had like still had old themes attached to the app, even though we weren't using them anymore, and like that was causing some issues. So I'm not sure how old your app is. Do you remember if like there was the themes for like custom colors when you started? I'm wondering if, seems like some of the issues you're having are all related to styling. That's why I'm just trying to narrow down like where the issue might be coming from, but I'm not totally sure. You can come up and chat if you want. Let's see if there's anybody else down here. Amit, good to see you. All right. I'll bring Karl up. Don't forget, Karl, you have to switch to Firefox or something, right? If you're going to show your screen. Okay, he's going to switch. I'm going to jump into Slack real quick and see if I can find where Rahul mentioned. It's probably been too long, but I'll see if I can find it. I am checking our Slack to see if I can find where Rahul told me that we had an existing bug ticket for an issue that Karl is having with his headers and adjusting the typography settings. Okay, here, I found it. This one is about Karl's builder doesn't refresh in navigation panel. He says it's related. Let me take a look. Hold on, check. Karl, let me know when you're ready. Okay, that doesn't look quite the same to me. Oop.
Hey, is that feedback?
You might need earphones. Yeah, that should take care of it.
All right, how's this?
No, that's weird. Feedback loop somewhere. Modern technology, right? It's great. All right, see if anybody else is here. Nope, just us. The Insiders Club. We've added some JSON improvements that allow you to use JSON in a app or device variable, so you don't have to fetch it anymore. If you have a static array of objects, you can now feed them directly to a list component and then use it just like you normally would. So I'll try to demo that a little bit later. after we take a look at what Karl's got.
Okay, how's this?
It's working.
Okay. Oof.
All right.
So the
Well, let me ask you about this something real quick. Hold on.
yeah.
All right. There is a bug report for your app, and it says Builder doesn't refresh in Navigate panel. There's not a whole lot of details here. This is Rahul. He has a video, but I can't watch it right now. I'm just wondering, has this been? This is what he told me possibly covered your header issue, but I'm not sure it does. So, do you know what he's referring to with the Builder doesn't refresh in the navigation panel?
That could be it. Yeah, that could be it.
It says it was created a month ago.
Yeah, I think this started happening about a month ago.
Okay. All right. It's set to high and it's assigned to Peter. So I'll ping Peter after we get done and I'll just see if he's got a status update on it. So since it's assigned to him, I assume he started working on it, but last update was like 6 days ago. George changed it to do. So
okay. Yeah, let me check right now. There's only maybe one page that's not updating. Let me see if this will update. No, okay, yeah. So just for your record, there's an invitations screen, and that one is for sure not updating.
And it's the header, right? The typography in the header.
Yeah, so trying to change the font from default to semi-bold, size, letter spacing, line height. None of
Can
them.
we take a look? You want to open it up?
Okay, so see if that actually saves. In Brave, it was not saving, and Chrome.
Gotcha.
Usually it refreshes by now. See if there's anything else. So that's fine because it. Oh wait. Okay, so update group. I would expect that to reset, but it's not. Let's see if doing it this way will work. Okay, so there you saw it.
It was the changing it to bold, right?
Yeah.
And it's just not sticking.
Boom, there it went. Yep, you can see it switch back.
Okay.
Back here. Yeah, so that one's saved.
So what screen so far is not saving?
Ooh, what was that one? Okay, so single proof is not. Let's see if this will save. Because I'd prefer not to have to set each one and just let the home stack do it. But if if this works, it's fine.
Did you try? I don't know if I asked you this, but did you try just creating like a brand new app and then just changing the header, see it like if it would work on? I mean, I guess I don't know. The fact, like I said earlier, the fact that it changes on some but not all tells me that there's some other like little weirdness somewhere in the page or something. You know what I mean? Like it should be consistent. Like it should either always fail or always work.
Right.
In my mind.
I mean, I wonder. You mentioned. Okay, so there's one update group. You mentioned it could be an old page with like a theme style. What would I look for to see if that were the case?
You wouldn't know anymore. Like you just have to remember that when you clicked on the theme panel, like opened up where the colors are, there used to be a section on the left that had like a list of different themes, names that you could click. But like that honestly, since it's just is it just typography that you're having an issue with, right? Like,
yeah, I think
and it's
so.
probably not the theme. In that case, it could be related to maybe like the fonts, the Google font edition. There could be something weird going on there. Even though like you can't select Google fonts for the header, I really don't know. Like that's not anything. I don't work on any of that stuff, so I don't really know like behind the scenes how it's all tied together. But if we could find another page where it doesn't update, I'd like to just look at maybe the element or the components that you have on that screen.
Okay, so it looks like.
Hey, George. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so member profile. Let's see if this is new. That looks like it's the same, but the inconsistency in updating is the really weird thing.
Now one of the screens, like when you change the font size, it just doesn't even, or the font style, it just doesn't even remember, right? It like changes it back to regular even after you select a different one, right?
Yep. Although now, since going through all these invitations, this one has been goofy in the past. All the other ones look like they were saving. So I'll keep an eye. Okay, so here's one.
But if you change like any of the other settings, the size or the spacing, does that stick on this one, or is it just the font style?
Okay, so that one reverted back to 18. Okay. It went from 0 to 2 to 1.
Gotcha. And it's not all the screens in this stack either, right? It's just that screen in the menu stack.
Yeah, invitations. Earlier update profile was having issues, but it looks like that's fine now. All these are good. Yeah, so it looks like invitations is still, the size, letter spacing, line height are good. The font family, though.
Okay. Well, then, okay, so it's not the stack, right? Because if it was the stack, we would expect that all the screens in that stack would have the same problem, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it seems like we've narrowed it down to invitations. Hold on just a second. George says, just out of curiosity, I assume you haven't been able to or tried to reproduce the issue in a simpler app, right? Yeah, I asked him that as well. I don't think he's done that.
No.
But the problem, George, is like there's the inconsistency of it saves in some screens, but it doesn't in others. Like I would expect that it would either fail all the time or not fail. But it, like, as you maybe saw, like we've kind of narrowed it down to the invitation screen particularly is not, or specifically is not, the header typography settings are not saving. So we'll have to, I'll create a new ticket specifically just for this, and then I'll see if like Alan can maybe take a look. I think he's the one that usually works on stuff like fonts and stuff like that. So he would, like, somebody's going to have to dig into this closer and look to see, like, is it something with the generated screen code for this screen? Have you tried duplicating this screen and then seeing if you can make changes to the screen, to the duplicate?
No, I've not tried that.
Okay, that would be worth trying.
Okay.
And like, I mean, I don't know how complicated that screen is, but creating a new one might help too, especially if like this is the only screen that you've got a problem. If it's easy enough to recreate, just trash it, create. I mean, I hate to say that, but you know, like,
Okay. Yeah, I think, I mean, that's
short
not
of waiting for a fix, you know, if you're trying to move on quick. Those are my option, you know, my solutions for now. So
okay. I don't, that one's not too fancy. So as long as it's only like the update group and invitations.
okay, I would first try to duplicate though. Just create another one, copy it, and then see, like, do you get better results? But sorry, I don't
Okay.
have anything better for you on it right now.
Okay, yeah, I can give that a shot. I mean, there's only a couple things, and I just want to fix because it's.
Are you nitpicking
It's
at this
weird.
point, Karl? What the
I
hell?
think I've been nitpicking the last 3 months.
No, I know. No, it's cool. You're good. It's good to have people keep us on our toes. You know, we try to keep ourselves on our toes, but we don't. And I try to get into as much as I can in the builder to find stuff, but you know, I don't always have the same use case, or like, you know, in programming, like you start combining different things and like sometimes stuff blows up, and like, you know, you never know, like everybody's using different things in combination. So it can be hard to track down, but
Yeah.
it's always helpful to have
Yeah.
an extra set of eyes.
Okay. Well, hopefully, because I do a lot of it. So.
No, I do. I appreciate it. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I think George appreciates it, and I do, and Rahul. So
Okay. Well, I try to. I mean, most of the stuff I post is hopefully helpful for other people. Otherwise, I just keep it to myself usually. So.
no, definitely, and I appreciate your answers in the community too. You hop in and help out, so that's always great, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy to help.
Anything else you got that you want to look at real quick?
I think that's it. So if I come up with anything, I'll let you know.
All right, man. Cool. Good to see you.
Sweet. You too. Thanks, Dave.
All right, bye. Okay. Ask a question. No questions. Karl, Rahul. Hey, Rahul, you want to come up or what? All right. Okay. If I like, of course I want you up here. If you like. All right. Rahul's coming up. And then, hey, there he is. We missed you.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
How's everything going? You look good in that shirt. Dapper.
Hey, thank you.
Good color on you.
So, thanks, man. You look good as usual, so I don't have to say that. Look at you, like playing with your beard.
Yeah, that's just laziness, you know. Okay, well, it looks like we got everything so far talked about. I don't see any questions. So I was gonna demo the JSON stuff real quick, even though I made a video earlier. I figure just do it now too for the heck of it. Karl, what browser do you recommend building in? I use Firefox Developer Edition for everything I do personally. So anyway, I can't speak to Chrome or Brave for Draftbit anyway.
Mhm.
I had to hard reload on Brave a lot, so I'll make the switch. Yeah, I'd do that. Chrome and
Um,
Brave are both built on Chromium, I believe, so you'd probably get the same results out of both of those, but Firefox is built on a different engine, and then also you could use Safari. So, go ahead, Rahul. Sorry about that.
no, I was just gonna say I use Firefox as well, but again, Draftbit works well on all the browsers. Carl, I'm sorry if you are having trouble with Brave, but usually like Draftbit works well with all the browsers. Um, and as you probably know, like we have made a few changes on how we do data now in Firefox so that our apps are loading up quicker. The builder is more snappier now. So those are like iterative changes that we keep bringing into Draftbit.
Yep, yep. Karl said, and also Brave has a bunch of like privacy blockers and everything built in, so I don't know like how that might be affecting performance, so might be something to consider. But Karl says, what's the difference between Firefox Developer Edition and normal Firefox? Mostly Developer Edition is aimed towards developers. Bleeding edge, it has the latest releases for like CSS coverage and JavaScript coverage, and it's got some more capabilities in the dev tools. So anyway, cool. All right. Well, let's. I guess I'll demo this JSON thing real quick. So I'll share my screen. That's gonna be.
That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's. I've been wanting it, and I know other people in the community have too. So. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I've got a blank app here, and I've got some JSON data, and I'm going to grab this JSON data. And so previously, we had, if like you wanted to populate a list, you had to grab a fetch component, hook it up to an API, and then you could pass your fetch response to your list and then populate your list items like that. But now if you have some static JSON, you can add it to an app variable like products and paste it in here. This is an object array. And instead of the fetch, I can just grab a list. And before, this would only populate with the response from a fetch or like if you had a screen level data request. But now you can see our products, our global variable shows up here. So I can just select that just like normal. Everything from this point on is exactly the same as you're used to. So we can come in here, grab a view, make it a row. I'll drop in an image and another view. And inside this view, I'll add some text and another text. So I can grab our data, say photo, and then come down here and you can see now we've got our list item right here, and I can find the, oh, I guess I don't have an image for that one. Sorry. Okay, I'll just do the name. And there's our name. Get rid of this guy. And we could do the price. And there you go. So pretty cool. Great option. Like if you've got just a static list that you want to show on pages, like, or if you want to have like a cart that's initialized to an empty object array, and then you can use a custom function to push items into your cart, and then, or pop them out, and then just display, like, have your cart page that isn't making any kind of API request at all. The cart data stays all local on the device, and using a app variable for, actually you would use a device variable for the cart, but using that, it will keep the cart value stored. So if your user leaves and then comes back, they'll still have their cart populated. So anyway, that's a quick rundown of the new JSON improvements. So hopefully that's helpful to everybody. What do you think, Rahul? You think that's helpful?
It is, and I personally believe that this feature will allow you to do so many custom things in your application that you would love it. Like I love it already since this been released. Uh, some trivial use cases for this would be, as Dave just pointed out, you can do shopping cart now. You can do add to favorites without just with one line of code. You can do add to favorites. You can do uh, technically, we haven't tested this out yet. Like you can probably do some version of offline apps. So you can have, like, if you use this offline, then you can show the list from a device variable, like a list of posts that you can save in a device variable, and then you can just show that list till the user gets online again. So use cases are endless. Like, so what if you're doing some sort of a custom code and you make, a list of array? Before, what we had to do was, if you populate a global variable inside of your custom code, then you would have to render that global variable with the custom code. But now you don't have to do that. All you need to do is run your custom code, save whatever values you want to save into a global variable, and then use this list with your global variable, and you can display that array or whatever you have in that global variable. So I would give everyone, just try it out and let us know if you run into any problems with it, or if you love using it, or if you come with, some other use cases about it. We would love to hear about those too.
Definitely. Great explanation. All right. Is there anything that you've got that you want to demo or show, Rahul?
Uh,
I mean, no pressure. If you have something handy, I'm not asking you to come up with an idea on the spot. Just if you got something.
yeah, I mean, like, I would love to show another new cool feature that we released recently, very recently actually. And like, I don't know if you have already mentioned that, Dave, but we
No?
have
Go ahead.
released we have released maps. So now you can
Yay.
use, yeah, so now you can use maps as an inbuilt component in Draftbit, and we are really really happy and excited to show this to you guys. And I don't know if you guys want a live demonstration for it, or if you guys want to play around with it yourself and do stuff with it, or if
Have
you
you
guys.
used it yet? I haven't used it. I've been busy. I haven't been able to try it out. Have you tried it?
I just, as you were talking about the JSON component, I just put maps uh, on my demo app, and it came up. So map looks pretty cool. If you
Let's check
guys
it out.
want, we can. Yeah, let's
Do it.
let's do it
Yeah.
together. Let's play around with this new component together, live in front of everyone, and see how it works. Um, Let me just open up Draftbit here. I'll share my screen. Let me just open, create a new app. So is my screen visible to everyone?
It sure is. You might want to zoom in just a touch.
Yes, I will.
Cool.
So let's try it out together, guys.
I'm excited.
Let's put in maps. So I'm assuming we will use the map view, and we have maps. So
Boom,
from the
just
view
like that.
first,
Oh
just like
man,
that.
that's too easy.
So let's have a look how it looks on different platforms. I haven't tested it out yet, so if there's any boo-boos that we are making right now, so please bear with us because I was just too excited to show this to everyone.
Now, let me ask you, Rahul, does the user need to have a Google Maps API key to make this work?
That's a great question because right now I'm not 100% aware of this, but it looks like I don't need it.
I
But
believe
again,
that I believe we
mhm,
have one hard coded into the preview, and then I'm not quite sure as either. I believe that you are not going to need it. Like on iOS and Android, it uses the native
mhm.
map, right? So you don't need anything there, and so the only use case would be on web. But I believe that we are using like a general key or something. So more we'll have more on that when we actually make the announcement and have the docs and all that. So
Yes, that's correct. So this is a sneak preview, so you guys can ask questions, but we probably won't know the answers for it yet.
yeah,
But
I've got questions I don't know the answers to. Okay, real quick, Carl's asking what type of data would you give the map if you wanted markers of users' location? So typically you would give it the latitude and longitude.
correct. So we have something called a map marker. Uh, let's add that. And then when we go to a map marker, it has some sort of a configuration that one configuration here pretty cool is you can choose your pin color.
Yep.
We just select, the primary Draftbit colors, and then we have this right here. So you choose latitude, longitude, and title, what you want to say there, and you can also give description. So I'm assuming you can do that either through your global variables or your screen variables. Just trying to see if I can add good longitude or latitude for for a region where we can show it to you. So it says San Jose coordinates.
So Carl's asking while you're doing that, Rahul, Carl's
Mhm.
asking, so could you have a fetch and list of all users, latitude and longitude, and navigate by clicking on a marker? I believe so, but we'll need to check. Okay, on the list part, I'm not sure that he's done that yet. I think that's planned for the next phase of the map. So you would basically have like we need to. I think the problem was we need to create a new list component that can handle the map pins or the markers. So then in that case, yes, you would be able to like iterate over a list. And if each item in the list has a latitude and longitude, you plug that into the marker, and then you could have either typically excuse me, typically your link would be in the call out. So like you tap on the pin, a little call out opens up, it's got a little bit of information and then a link there that could like take you to a different screen. So I know that that's possible. I've done it myself in a different app using just this package natively.
Yes, that's correct, Dave. And I've seen your app, and this is wonderful. So basically, yes, what we were able to do before with code. We are trying to get it to a point where we wouldn't require any code to get it done for you. Um, I am kind of looking away to see if I can get a marker to display here. Uh, Let me know if I'm doing anything wrong or if you have ideas about it. Again, as I said, this is very fresh out of the box. I haven't used it myself, and let's discover it together, I think.
Where did you get
Uh,
your latitude and longitude from?
I just got it from Google,
Okay,
basically.
cool.
Uh, and did I do it? Did I reverse them? Does this go on top for latitude? Because I was kind of hoping that we would get that here. Let me try to change them, maybe.
Where
Like,
is the address? I mean, I guess, is it a San Francisco address
so this is a San
or,
Jose address. So because I saw San
latitude,
Jose right
longitude?
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's, can we set a zoom level, like on our map view, like a default zoom level so we could go in closer by
That's a
default?
good question. Let me check out the map view. Oh, so there you go. There's an initial uh, latitude and longitude as well.
Okay, there you go. So like,
So
um, something you could do on initial latitude and longitude is like when your screen starts up, you could get the user's location and then you could plug in the user's current location into initial latitude and longitude. That would put a pin on the map and center the map on the user's current location. And then you could have markers that are like restaurants in the area or like workouts near you or like people doing things, whatever it is.
yep, that should be the plan. Uh,
Is this
oh,
pin not
whoa,
showing up?
it
Oh,
is showing up. It
yep,
is
there it is.
somewhere around there.
It's
Ooh, it's here. Let me just go to preview. Maybe I'm like in the middle of a desert somewhere. Did I do uh, something wrong?
Yeah, it did look like you were in the middle of nowhere.
Uh,
So Karl said the profile in a modal would be very fancy. Yeah, on a map. Yeah, you could, I mean, theoretically, like I don't know how the components right now are set up, but I know that like the underlying map marker and map call out, like in the call out, you can put anything in there. So you could put the profile image and the name and the username and like a little snippet of their bio and like whatever, it's basically like just a little white pop out. You've seen them on maps when you click on a pin, it's like pops up a little box and tells you more information. There would be issue with user privacy. That's correct. You would have to take that into consideration. People should have the ability to share or not share their location or limit it to like friends or people that they're following or people that are following them, I guess, stuff like that. So yeah, for sure. Karl,
uh,
did you get it, Rahul?
I am trying. It did show something, but it just kind of went away. So I'm just playing
Hmm.
around with the coordinates and see if uh, I can get it to work. Carl, so basically, anytime that we are requesting for any information about user's device, we would ask for their permission. Both Apple and Android, they need a user's permission if you want to access resources from the phone. So yes, you're correct that it is invasion of privacy, but if a user allows you to use their location, then they are agreeing for their location to be shared.
That's
Correct me
that
if
is
I'm
correct. No, that's correct. I think maybe he was asking more specifically about like his internal system about like which users get to see what other users where they are, in other words,
oh,
on the
oh,
map.
sorry about that.
But you're right too. So yeah, totally. All right, so
I think
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna jump in and see if I can
right.
while you do that.
So if you want to share your screen, Dave, like let me know. You can do that.
Okay, we can do it either way. I mean, I'm not trying to step on your toes. I just figured like we can both work on it
Oh,
or whatnot. Okay, let me
give
give me a
give it
sec.
a try.
All right. So this will be new for me too. Let me share my screen. Okay, you can see that.
Yep.
Okay. Am I like zoomed in enough? Are you good? You can see everything?
Yes, for me it's pretty good.
Okay. So I've got a map view. Cool. That works. Initial latitude and initial longitude. This should show me Austin. There it is. All right, cool.
Ooh.
And then where did you, oh, I guess, did you not, there's no default zoom level, right?
Uh,
We need that. We need a
I think
default. It should be here. It would be on the map view. So if it's not, I don't see it. Oh no, right there. My bad. So let's do 13. Cool. All right.
there's a whole bunch of uh, properties here as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so I think if I remember, don't hold me on this, but I think Donald said that like you can explicitly choose to use Google. In other words, like if you're on an iOS, it would still try to use Google Maps rather than Apple's default. So I think that's what
Oh,
that setting is about. Um, Delta. I'm gonna have to remember what Delta is. Honestly, I don't remember. We could show the compass. Let's see about that. I wonder if compass only works on native. Scroll enabled, rotate enabled, loading enabled, loading indicator color. Oh, that's cool. And loading background color. That's handy.
hmm
All right. Well, maybe some of these, I don't know. We'll have to get some information on these settings. Some of them may apply like just to Google Maps or just to iOS. So anyway, keep in mind we're just like playing around here. Okay, so I've got I'm gonna go grab just another like coordinate over here and we'll do Dell's Children's. And then I should be able to grab this and this. All right, now we'll add a map marker. I wonder if how the call out works. If it's like you put the marker in the call out. What did that say? Call out cannot be nested under map view. So I guess it goes under marker. Yep. Okay.
cool.
All right. So marker, I'll grab my latitude. See what we got here. Flat. Not sure what that means. I guess maybe it's not like a 3D pin. Paste that in. Paste that in. So there we go. Cool.
There we go.
So it's
Nice.
centered. I guess like map view, initial latitude, initial longitude. I guess maybe it doesn't place an initial pin. It just that's just like your map's starting place, you know. So like I guess if you have a service that's like in a specific city, you might set this to like the middle of the city, like Austin. So when it pops up the first time, it shows wherever you're located or however you want to do it. So, but yeah, we can see we got our map marker. And then let's try title and see what this is my title. And description, hello world. And then if I click on this, uh-oh, that's not good. All right, remember what we did there, Rahul. Title and description. When I click on this, maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but I shouldn't be getting a red screen, I don't think. All right, so all right, we've got that. That's good. At least we have a marker. Can we change the color? Cool. Any color?
Cool.
Awesome. And I think Donald said that they're going to work on updating, adding some different pin styles. So right now, I believe this is like a custom pin so that we can change the color to anything you want. The default pins on like native Android and iOS, there's a limited amount of colors that you can use. So I imagine that's why we're using like, this is probably like a custom SVG pin. Okay, so call out. Let's see what we can do here. Show tooltip. What does that do? Uh-oh.
Are you still on the draft view, Dave?
Yeah, I am. Can you not see that? Move this down here.
It's just a little.
What? That's not very helpful, is it? 143? Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be like debugging while we're doing Draftbit hours, but it's getting multiple children. So, I wonder if it's this guy. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So maybe call out is not quite right or something. I don't know, Rahul. What do you think? What can you make of that?
Well, I'm just thinking that we are exploring, and we
Yeah.
don't like we would obviously have detailed documentation on whatever each of these features do. So, hold on to it. It's just
Yep.
that it's just too exciting to keep this feature away from you guys for too long.
That's right. All right. So let me grab another. We'll do. I don't know. Shoals Garden. So I should be able to grab another map pin or marker and then set my latitude. Oops. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to make a couple notes here. All right. Well, that's exciting. That's awesome. Let me. There we go. Cool. Anything else you could think of to show?
I think not at the moment. I think the product pretty much what at least I had in my mind, and I
Oh,
hope it was exciting
your
for you
volume
guys.
got low.
Oh, sorry about that. Is it better now?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, so basically what I was saying was I was just too excited to show you maps, and I hope you guys enjoyed us messing around with it live in front of you guys. So do you have anything else to share, Dave, or should we call it a day? Or if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to post them.
Yeah, let me check. No questions. Everybody else, now's your time. We're almost at the hour mark, so we'll probably shut it down. If nobody else has anything they want to talk about or any questions. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Hope that was good and exciting and all that. So thanks for joining, Rahul. It was
Yeah,
lonely without you.
yeah. Thanks for holding the fort, Dave, and yeah, thanks everyone else for joining office hours. I see a lot of new faces today, but I would have loved to see more questions from them too. But good to see you all here.
Definitely. We'll catch y'all next episode is happy you got a vacation, Rahul, but please don't take another. Aw. Yeah, that was a much needed and deserved vacation for Rahul. So I hope you're feeling invigorated. You feeling like life back in you?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed. Like, don't you see the smile on my face? I look
Yeah, you look
more
great. Like you've got
tan
a
than
glow.
usual.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Next episode is Thursday with George at 1, and then we'll be back on Tuesday next week. So see ya.